All right, guys, here we go. Round number 2, Northern Breeze. I'm a fan of Northern Breeze. I like it a lot. It's tough to get a nice clean round, but we're going to do our best. It definitely helps when you get the wind reads. But here we go. I think there's 2 holes that I throw forehand on. Holes 4, 5, and 6. So got to remember that. Got to remember to switch to forehand. That is priority number 1. Don't do the thing. All right, here we go. Northern Breeze. Hole 1, we're going to go with the sticky harp. And for me, I aim down into this corner here. And a disc of hyzer. And hopefully we don't hit that crack. Good thing it hopped over it. We get a nice tap in for the first hole. The second hole, we got a challenging wind. I messed around with some lines and I came to the conclusion that I like my Vandal slide left. This is the same line I usually go, but I'm actually going to power it down here. So same aim point. We're just going to go make sure I have the Vandal, not the PD. We're backhand and about right there. Hopefully it doesn't come backwards, but that same spot is a good spot to hit. And I threw that 10 times and that's where I ended up, so I figured that would be good to go with that shot. And where you are, good to go. I think some people are getting the par or bogey on that hole, so that's nice to have that one. Hole number 3. I'm debating whether or not I should ace run this or not. It's like the perfect wind for it. And I think I'm going to with the sticky sapphire and go about right there. And actually I'm going to go a little lower. The miss for this one is to the left. I don't want to miss it right. And I almost forgot to slide to the left. That would have been bad. Definitely opens up that gap right there. We're going to go straight pull. And we're missing left, darn it. Would have been fun to get an ace on this course, but it's not going to happen here. We're only 67 feet away, so we're going to go with this Faya. A little high, but it stays in. So 3 for 3, not too shabby. Next hole, this one for me is the PD all day. I like the glide sapphire on this hole usually, but with this wind, you can potentially go a little long. So we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm going to go PD, middle chevron underneath this rock here. And then from there, we're going to do a straight pull. I'm going to make sure I clicked PD and not Vandal, since I don't want to make that silly mistake. Right there. And this is looking good. It might end up in that tree there. Darn it. All my practice shots, I ended up right of that tree, but all right, 76 feet. I think we're going to go with this Faya. Aim right just a little bit. All right, 4 for 4. Here we go. So the next 2 holes, I believe we got to go forehand. So thinking ahead, making sure I don't do the thing. Got my rubber band. I'm going to switch to forehand. And with this wind, we're just going to go default aim with the with the skip sapphire. And that should be the perfect disc for this shot. Come on, fade. Okay, give me a skip. Nice. It's a great disc for that hole. If you're just trying to get it safe. Aim up a little bit before we putt this. All right, 5 for 5, not too shabby. Again, put the rubber band back on. The last hole I don't want to do this on. We're going to go with the forehand here, obviously. I asked my team for some fairway shots for this one because I always throw a distance driver. But I think I reverted back to what I'm comfortable with. I'm going to go with the glide roll rive. And we're going to go, I think we're going to go actually off of this. right up there. Switch to forehand. So right there. We're going to go almost to the middle of the sign. Come on, fade. Fade, you son of a gun. That's all right. No ace. It was either that hole or hole 3 that I was hoping maybe I could sneak in an ace, but definitely don't want to get too greedy. So far, 6 under. Moving on to the tough par 4. For this one, it's light glide ride for me. Make sure I select a light glide. We are going backhand, so don't need to change anything. And we're going to go down till that top chevron is right there, I believe. I'm just going to adjust this one more time to make sure I have my spot. And from here, we're going to go straight pull, maybe a little bit of anhyzer. Oh no, too much. Gosh, Aaron. Man, I didn't do that one single time in practice. God, that's brutal. All right, see if we can drop this in. Vandal. Go in, go in. No way. Oh my goodness. Wow. So throwing from the drop zones apparently pays off. It was a while back when I found that line. I wanted to practice that drop zone play. And that's the line I came up with the Vandal. So figured I'd throw it. It's pretty safe. I get through every time. And every once in a while it'll drop in. So man, I'm surprised. To me, that's as good as an ace right there, because I should have had par with that drive, but luckily we get it to go. Nice. All right, hole 8 and 9, I'm going to go backhand, so I don't need to do any changes there. Now, there's a glitch on this hole right now that has everybody worried. If you end up kind of over by the tree or sometimes even under the basket, it thinks it's OB and it tells you, or it costs you a stroke. So I'm hoping, and it takes you back to the drop zone. So I'm going to use the PD. I don't think in this wind I can go long with the PD. But it should fade a little more for me to get away from that tree, to get away from that spot that it has the glitch. So that's what I'm hoping here. All right, so we're going to go with the PD. We're going to go a little lower, about right there. A little bit of anhyzer. Looks good. And I never, in my practice, it never ended up too far. So there we go. Perfect. Didn't it didn't count me as OB. That's what I was worried about with this hole. We get the birdie and we move on to hole number 9. Last hole, which is actually a really tough wind. So we're going to go backhand. We're going to go sticky sapphire. We're going to slide to the left. And we're going to go middle chevron on the base of this pole here once that train passes. Oops, I didn't mean to push record yet. So this is my practice shot. Show you real quick. Slide left, middle chevron there, a straight pull with the sticky sapphire. This is the result that I'm hoping for. Well, this is a tough wind, so we will see what happens here. So let me switch over. Again, check my aim point. We are throwing back in. And we're going to go straight down, pull. Oh no, it's off to the right. Right is actually better than left, though, with this shot. And that is why. Oh no, what are you doing? All right, so we got a tough little throw in to have the clean round here, 72 feet. Don't need much on this. No, Aaron, you dummy. Gosh, I didn't think I put too much on that. Man, what a silly mistake to finish that round. Such a bummer. Oh, man. I mean, it's hard to get too mad, especially with that drop zone make, but that should have been a clean 9 under. That's frustrating. Well, I have to shake that off going into the next round for sure. I wish I could have that back. Dang it. All right. Could have been worse, though. 8 under for Northern Breeze is not the worst. Dang, man. All right. Moving on. Round 3.